Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the WoW Hedge Fund's Let's Play series here from Darkshore Capital. Just a quick little update from last episode. I'm just checking the mail. This is the morning before, or the morning after the last episode was recorded. Just one sale from one of those Shadowlands bases we sold, and of course these Mantis runes that were up for a very short amount of time that we're just going to have to repost, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, it looks like the price has been steadily going down, but this is still a pretty good profit for us, so we're just going to slap them all up there and see what happens. See, nothing too appealing here in some of the raw materials that I'm keeping track of. I am going to start trying to acquire some ghost iron ore and bars. We're going to need that for some engineering stuff later down the line, but yeah, nothing here quite good enough for what I want. I need to get rid of these ground things. I just don't really have interest in trying to flip those right now. Nothing really catching my eye here on the armor side of the BOEs, so we're going to move on from that. And likewise, the weapons are nothing really interesting or worth flipping at the moment either. Looks like we might have some opportunities here on the legendary bases, so let's just go and take a look. I believe we actually looked at these last time. 100 gold difference here. Okay. Bone Shadow arm guards aren't as appealing. Neither really are these helmets. These are all just kind of a little bit too close together for me to really want to invest in that kind of bag space. Yeah. Alright, well. It's always important to at least check these things, but again, not really looking like anything too interesting. Man, 300 gold for cloth bracers. That's pretty low. Alright, well, that's going to probably wrap it up for the bank tune with this check-in. I just figured let's take a look at the gold graph here so you can kind of see how things have been going. So high of 422,000 gold. I was actually talking to one of my investors, and it sounds like we might be getting another infusion of cash, so that should hopefully bump up our ability to make some pretty big moves. But more on that as we know more. Top item, yeah, like you see, a lot of BOEs going. We've made almost 1 million gold just on the hedge fund so far. This expansion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we can take a look at the ledger maybe. I don't know, revenue time frame, some stuff that's sold recently. Had a couple BOE sales right before the start of the Let's Play. I don't know, can you actually sort by? Yeah, okay, so we can take out the vendor here, and yeah, so there's some more BOE sales. Anyway, yeah, I just figured we'd show that as a bit of a baseline for where we're at gold-wise. Leveling. I don't know about this one, guys. Should I take this bone out? Got level 1. I missed the level, but there you go, 29. Missed it again, there's level 30. And since we're level 30, we can now fly. I believe I can fly. If anyone doesn't know, there's actually a second portal room down below the main portal room in Orgrimmar. I didn't know about this for way longer than I'd like to admit, but it's got some more portals down here. Alright, it's a little bit later on in the evening, and we're going to check the mailbox. Some of our glyphs have sold. Those aren't glyphs, those are Vantis runes, obviously. Nice little, 32k. Yeah, we'll take it. Looks like the 225 cloth helms that we've got are still a good price for a flip. Looks like we've still got a few up there. That's kind of odd. Yeah, other than that, let's also check the Vantis runes. I guess we want to actually go and browse to them. Let's do that real quick. Recent searches. I did check these earlier on in the day when it wasn't recording. So this is still a good price. We're going to cancel and repost. We'll still be turning a profit for these here. Let's get in. Just doing this manually right now because, you know, don't need to crazy automate things just yet with TSM. So there you go. All right. And then I did buy a couple of things earlier on in the day off camera. Let's just go ahead and look at what I bought. These Soldier's Stone Band wrist guards and plate bracers for approximately 20k for 2 of them, and I reposted them, I believe, at about 50k, 55k it looks like, just because that seemed like a pretty decent chance at a flip. Alright, well, it's a new day, and good news, the Vantis runes all sold. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. We'll check that here in a moment, but let's go ahead and grab our almost 70k in the mailbox there. Yep, looks like all of our Vantis runes are now off the auction house, so there you go. And so there's the resale profit from those Vantis runes. Yeah, you know, 5.5k roughly profit on a almost little bit over 100,000 gold investment isn't really like the greatest, but it was pretty much guaranteed. I figured these things were going to sell. They're definitely in high demand, so. Yeah, pretty happy with that, and it only took a couple days to actualize. Looks like somebody reset the price on Ghost Iron Ore over on Tichondria, so if anyone's got any they're sitting on and they want to make some easy money, it's actually Ghost Iron Ore is more expensive than the bars right now, which, if you know anything about Ghost Iron, that should never happen. Actually, I don't know why I'm telling anyone to go take advantage of this, because you'll probably be seeing this video at least a week after this actually is being recorded, so never mind on that one. Just something that's maybe a little bit interesting, troubling perhaps. So potions of Phantom Fire are one of the consumable potions that are actually used for, you know, high-end content in Shadowlands. And this is a lot that's under 80% market value, which means, you know, maybe it's just because it's Friday. Maybe it's because a bunch of people saw it and tried to make a profit on it. I don't know. If I wasn't so concerned with bag space in this little series, I would potentially buy all these up and try to repost them on Tuesday, but man, that's probably it's probably over almost 4,000 individual potions that I would need to buy up to be comfortable with how we're going. And it's just a bit too much right now. I'm not really interested in that. So we're going to give that one a pass. Again, here's the Vantis runes again. These are, you know, we could potentially reset these again. This guy's here got 309, but I don't know. After seeing the profit from doing that last time, and it's just not quite a big enough gap to be flipping for me to really want to jump on it. Just had a peruse through the BOE epics this morning. Nothing really jumping out at me, so no purchases this morning. And no big surprise, same deal with the weapons. Yeah, these things are just honestly pretty disappointing. I don't even know if I've purchased a single weapon, all Shadowlands for flipping. Alright, well, I was just looking through the legendary base items, didn't find anything worthwhile, and I noticed this guy selling a couple things in trade chat, tried to whisper him, give him an offer. Looks like he logged out. Well, but that did remind me actually of something. The Reigns of the Crimson Death Charger. Since I chose a warrior for the class to level up, we're going to have a nice little cash infusion if we do the Shadowmourne quest. Once we get to max level, or at least the level where we can do Wrath of the Lich King stuff, Wrath of the Lich King raids. So, gonna put a little mental note in that one, because as you can see here, this thing sells for a little bit over 200k, which is very, very nice. This is actually interesting. I figured I'd just take a look and see what things were looking like here on the server, and no Sylvanas' music boxes, apparently. That's very interesting. Otherwise, these things look like they're pretty stable price-wise, about what you'd expect. The Tabard and the Reigns being the most expensive ones, since they're definitely the most desirable. And then the Locket and the Muradin's Favor being a little bit less so, since they're not quite as really interesting, I guess. Let's just also... yeah, I mean, that's music box. It's not mistyping, that's just, there just aren't any on the auction house, so maybe there's an opportunity there as well. I'll be sure to link this just string of characters in case you want to search for this as well. It'd be pretty easy to make a group for these if you're interested in scanning for these on the regular. And that's much better. Alright, there we go. Got some cheap nightshade. I mean, this is like kind of pointless, but yeah, you gotta do it on principle, right? Buy out the cheap stuff. Again, yeah, the one. These are definitely people just fishing for some cheap gold. And while I'm tempted to leave it there and let them do it, I'm also gonna be petty and just buy it all out. Because I don't know. That's just how we're gonna do it. Well, what's wrong here? Something's wrong. I'll figure it out. Alright, well, that's going to do it for the bank check this morning. Let's go ahead and move on over to some leveling. Alright, we're back on the warrior. Going to do a bit of leveling, and as you might recall, we can fly now, so that's wonderful. Turn in 4 quests, huh? I'm into it. Bada bing, bada bing. Alright, well, there's level 32. The mobs got him instead of the quest. Oh, hey, check it out. That Blackrock ore I was talking about actually did sell at an increased price. So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Made a little bit of money. Alright, well, that's all I got time for leveling this morning. So me and my buddy Rex are gonna wave goodbye for now. Also, the innkeeper here is a rat. That's just great. I love that. Rexar's the best. Alright, well, it's now Saturday morning. Had no sales overnight, so just a few things to repost. Most of these are looking alright. In fact, the Frost Saber stuff is now, somebody reset the price, so we're taking advantage of that. We're going to do these blood vines manually. Yep, this one, 10k, it's fine. And then the other one, wanted to do like 100, like 6 figures. And I don't want to go that high on that. We'll just do 26. Oh, look, yeah, there you go. TSM smart sometimes. Yeah, looks like these 210 Shadowcast helms kind of crashed on price, so we'll just hold on to this for now. There's no rush. Should be fairly obvious to just about everybody, but this is a huge trap. The 41% blue market value over there, but tertiary stat, indestructible, basically worthless. I am going to cancel this. There's still enough profit there to be had. And hey, look at this. I pointed out last time we were looking that there were no 187s or 200s for the ring. And yeah, now there's some incredibly overpriced ones up on the auction house. Looks like some people had some reads last night. Well, I guess LFR you don't really schedule for, you just do it. So repost. Weapons suck. Now the legendary base is pretty stable, so moving on. It's a grand total of 290. Oh. Yeah, TSM, you trolling me. Wow, yeah, the volume of these herbs is just out of this world. That's so many items. I don't want to mess with that. Looks like Ghost Iron ore is becoming slightly more sane. We're gonna go ahead and buy some. This would be 30,000. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yep, pretty happy with that. I should explain that the reason we're getting Ghost Iron ore is going to be to start crafting some Sky Golems. Not sure how many crafters we're going to have in total, but you need Ghost Iron ore for it regardless, so just going to start picking it up on the cheap. Yeah, and then you'll remember me lamenting about Phantom Fire being too low priced, but I don't know. Yeah, it seems like it actually all got bought up, so I don't know. We're just going to pay more attention to this, I guess. Yeah, we're actually going to go on a little field trip to learn how to smelt a Ghost Iron ore. And I'm pretty sure to do this, you have to actually choose the Miss of Pandaria Chromie timeline, because I just went over to the portal to check, and I could not go through it. Yeah, it looks like they actually want you to do a couple of the quest parts, so I guess we'll just do that real quick. I think it'll be worth it to have access to smelting on this character. Alright, yeah, once you do like the first couple of quests in the Miss of Pandaria intro line, you can learn Pandaren mining and how to smelt Ghost Iron bars. So that's all we came here for, and we'll head back. Alright, I mentioned something about a cash infusion, so here we go. The investors want more for their money, so they're giving us more money. Alrighty, it's now Sunday afternoon, and we're gonna do some reposts. Vest. Boots. Bracers. I just realized these got posted up. Suppose it's fine. I was planning on holding on to them, but this is actually a pretty decent profit, so it's a pretty solid flip. We'll see if it sells. If it doesn't sell, it's fine. And we'll just do the smelting. Alrighty, it's Monday morning, and we're just checking on the bank tune. As you can see, nothing really here, so we're just gonna collect these up and get them posted back up. It's Tuesday morning, just before reset, and it looks like we've got a new batch of investments from one of our investors. Yeah, by the looks of things, he's been doing some leveling, so he's got some stuff he wants to add to the hedge fund. So we're gonna open this stuff up and get it on the auction house. So I do actually want to take a second here on these greens. These are from Shadowlands. Now, I'm not going to put these up in the auction house for 76 gold. That's making approximately 2 gold above what it's to vendors for, so that's definitely not worth it. And then, you know, the other option is, like, do I disenchant it? And, well, currently the disenchant value says it's 34 gold for the soul dust on average, which is about half of what you can get for a vendor price. So we're just going to vendor this one. Same deal here. This guy's, well, it's about the same price for disenchanting as it is for selling, but we're just going to vendor it because that's a little bit easier. Same deal here, and same deal here. But these ones, these gloves, on average, vendor for less than what I could disenchant them for. So we're going to just go ahead and disenchant them, get the raw materials. And it didn't really pay off, but, you know, it's kind of an average thing. Oh, also, that actually brings up a good question. Like, is this if I'm just a level 1 without Shadowlands enchanting, do I even get the full yield? Probably not, so maybe that's just something to keep in mind going forward. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. We've got 3 187 lead bracers that are going for about half of what market value is. This one's even got speed on it. So we're just going to go ahead and buy these out and reset it. And it'll take a second because Sim's got to verify everything. There we go. We'll get those listed up here in a second. Similar situation here with the plate gloves, but not quite as good of a margin, so I'm just going to let that one pass. This seems like a pretty decent price for Motes of Harmony. Spirits of Harmony is something I'm assuming that I'm going to be wanting to have access to in the future, so we're just going to go and buy out about 7,500 worth of motes at the moment, since they're it's a good price, and we'll make use of them at some point. Alright, and we're back on the warrior. Server's about to restart this morning, but I'm going to try to get a level in before that happens. So I'm not actually sure if I can kill this guy, but I believe this guy drops a mount, so we're going to try, I guess. Probably not. I'll get back to you if it works. Spoiler alert, it's not going to work. It's honestly kind of a... Oh. Did y'all just see that? Okay, no, there he is. It's kind of a shame because, if I'm not mistaken, this guy does drop a mount. And that'd be kind of cool if we could, you know, get a mount while we were leveling to sell, because that's sort of the whole point of this character, is to make money. Alright, well, we didn't quite get a level there, so I'm just going to go fly back to the inn and say hi to our friend the rat, get some more rest experience. Alrighty, last mailbox of the episode, and it's a pretty good one. We did get a nice infusion of some kind of raw materials from one of our investors, so yeah, Shadowgas ingots sold 240 of those, 15k, 184 lithium ore for 12k, so that's pretty solid. Alright, so I'm going to get all this stuff and get it all reposted up. And it looks like at least most of, if not all of the ghost iron ore that we accidentally tried to flip did not wind up getting flipped, so we'll hold on to that, just be a little more careful posting up this time. These this leather chest legendary base looks like it's underneath the price we bought it for, so we'll just hold on to that bad boy for now. Yep, same deal with these mail boots. And, price on these have tanked quite a bit. Okay, that's why these were showing up on my list. Basically, there's no 187 cloth bracers up at the moment, so we kind of get to set the price. We're going to go up to probably 30k, just to see if we can get a bit better price since there's no others, and that's still, far enough underneath the 200s that we might wind up getting a sale. Yeah, and then I did want to do these leather bracers manually as well, since we do have the one with speed on it, and I want to make sure that we get all the same price. Because while speed does matter, it doesn't really matter that much on a item of a 187 piece. So I just want to make sure we get the same price as all the other ones. Kind of interesting here, there's only 5 of these plate hands up on the auction house at the moment. Definitely something we could think about maybe resetting. I don't really know if it's really worth trying to get up to 20k market value. I mean, there's some very ambitious individual here who's trying to get 85k for one. That's just probably not going to happen. I guess it's got speed, so maybe he thinks that that's worth it. It's definitely not. I'm probably going to give it a pass. Fun bit of trivia, these are actually named after the guy who makes all the warriors. I think he literally leveled 50 some warriors to max level and does so and he got all the plate transmogs last expansion. I don't know, pretty cool guy. That's cool that they kind of gave him an homage in the game. No good opportunities on the BOE weapons.
And Jack's complete lack of surprise.
Let's take a look at some of the Undermine Journal deals here. It looks like this one's probably going to be worthwhile for me to buy. 10k flip if it sells for market value. Possibly might go for more. These schematics actually look pretty similar, but I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on these guys. It is an Outland Engineering shaman-specific recipe that, the sell rate's 0.01, which isn't to be surprised, but I don't know. I'm going to give this one a pass. Similar to heal with these Dawnbringer shoulders. Good margin, but there's 5 on the auction house right now, and Mr. Backstabbeth here is looking like he's trying to dump his stock anyway, so we're just going to let him find somebody else to sucker into buying it. Yeah, I'm really just looking for really nice big juicy flips with these kind of long-term investments. These are just kind of, this is chump change as far as I'm concerned when it comes to the long-term stuff. Just a quick look at the Ghost Iron stuff. Still way too expensive to be buying up in mass, and we've got a decent amount here to get started on once we get characters up to the right levels. So we'll be passing that for now as well. I'm going to post this Witching Stave thing that we just got for 30k, which is still twice the market value. A little bit less than twice the historical price. Might be enough for someone to be enticed into buying it. We'll see. I also have this weird superstition that people are more likely to buy from somebody who's posting in even numbers than these random numbers, since they might know that TSM tends to do random weird numbers, and someone who's more wholesome and not using TSM doesn't, so for some reason that makes it more attractive. Alright, now to round out the episode, we're just going to kind of take a look at what happened over the past week. So here's the gold graph over the past week. As you can see, we have some pretty big ups and downs. We did get a nice, I believe this is the cash infusion from our investor, who actually just sort of gave us more money to work with. So that's what that is. Don't, the biggest jump is, of course, the one that's just money that's just been given to us, of course, to reinvest and to spend. Total gold earned over the week, 138k. I'm pretty sure that includes the investment as well. Vantis runes, as you'll remember at the beginning of the episode, we had a big old thing with those. Wound up flipping them all, which is good. So expenses, total gold spent, 172k. It's quite a bit, but hey, you got to spend money to make money, and we're buying up these BOEs, which have pretty good margins. So let's actually take a look at the ledger and see what our revenue's like. All right, this is a little silly, but I just did a bit of Excel work here to figure out some, what I would call shortcomings with Trade Skill Master's ledger. I say that tongue-in-cheek because this tool is amazing, and I don't want to give anyone the wrong impression. I think it's great. But in order to see the totals here, so how much, what's 96 times 721? Well, it's 69,000. So in total, we made about 100k, or sold about 100k worth of Vantis runes. So that's pretty good. Actually, kind of want to check how much we spent on those. Shadowgas ingots turned out to sell for 15k. That's pure profit because those were donated to us, and 5k from the augment runes, and then 6k, of course, from this Grimveiled hood. All right, then of course we go down to the resale tab, which unfortunately doesn't get everything, but it did get the Vantis runes. Averaged it out to 36 gold per Vantis rune, which turns out to be about 5k for the 36. So for a almost 100k investment, making about 5k is it's not really where we want to be. But I'm glad we made the money, but we probably won't be doing anything like that again unless the margins are really, really, really good. All right, so then here's our expenses. As you can see, but quite a few BOEs. These should all be able to flip pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those do. And again, that's going to be a big part of the expenses for the week. So hopefully they'll come through with some sales in the next week. Ooh, can't forget these 66 copper repair bills on our warrior that we're leveling. Whew, it's going to break the bank, I tell you. All right, Darkshore War is up to level 34. That's only 5 more levels to go until we can learn Battle Shout and get rid of this weak aura that keeps reminding us to make sure to Battle Shout. Got 5 hours, 32 minutes total play time to get to level 34. I don't know how good or bad that is, but that's where we're at. Well, that's going to do it for this week of the Let's Play WoW Hedge Fund series. I want to thank everyone for watching. And yeah, hope we'll see you again next week. Happy gold making.